Chinese government claims a group of Australian MPs visiting Taiwan is, quote, playing with fire. The Chinese government mouthpiece, the Global Times, has dubbed the 5-day trip a provocative and suggested it could lead to Australia-China relations, quote, falling off a cliff. Our Asia correspondent Brent O'Halloran is live in Taipei. Brent, a strong response, as expected, from Beijing.
Laura, that Global Times piece sounded more like the Book of Revelations than a newspaper article. One passage reads, "Those who play with fire will perish by it. The politicians from certain countries who visit Taiwan to seek limelight are like political god of plague and pestilence. They bring nothing but risk and tension to Taiwan and no benefit to their own countries." While a spokesperson for the Chinese Foreign Ministry was also quite critical of the Taiwan visit, saying, "Taiwan is an inalienable part of Chinese territory. The Australian side should earnestly adhere to the One China principle, stop launching any form of official visits to the Taiwan region, and stop sending the wrong signal to Taiwanese independence forces." Beijing sees the MP's visit as indicating Australia's tacit support for Taiwan independence, something that Australia does not support. It's absolute red line for Beijing. I spoke recently with Dimitri Bruya. He's a reporter and analyst at Taiwan outlet TVBS, who's seen this sort of Beijing response play out many times before.
China has long learned to anticipate Taiwan's actions. Well, they will protest for sure, but they will also offer incentives to the Australian government if they believe that these will improve their position in the game. The challenge for Australia now is to manage the Taiwanese and Chinese expectations. Taiwan wants to more engagement with Australia, while China hopes to improve its economic ties. Let's see if this official delegation will impact such strategies.
This cross-party delegation has copped quite a lot of criticism, mainly about the timing. Tensions between Beijing and Taiwan are high after a dramatic ramp-up in Chinese military activity around Taiwan and repeated pledges to unify by any means necessary, while Australia-China relations were improving after that 3-year diplomatic freeze ended. The MPs themselves, though, they don't believe their Taiwan trip will set that back.
We have a strong economic reason to be close to the island of Taiwan, and we want to make sure that we maintain that connection.
Laura, the group met an economic cooperation group yesterday and the agriculture minister as well. Over the next 4 days, they'll meet the president and foreign minister. They'll likely discuss Australia's support for Taiwan's entry into the CPTPP trade pact, possibly a free trade deal as well. Taipei, Canberra and Beijing are watching their actions closely, Laura.
And they certainly are.